Hey guys, welcome back to another part of Kentucky Route Zero. Let's get right into it. Let's see, what was I doing last? I just got out of the mine, and I believe I was going to drive. Oh, what was her name? I believe I was going to drive the Marquez girl that I met at the mine back to her shop, because we're trying to find the ghost of her dead friend. If I'm remembering correctly, we're trying to repair a TV. End goal, we're trying to repair a TV.
Fix it, 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 fix it.
So let's see if we can get that done. Shannon, that was her name, Shannon. Conway and Shannon walk around to the side of the building into the workshop. The walls are lined with cheap metal shelves loaded precariously with vacuum tubes, awkwardly shaped metal casings, and coffee cans full of electronic components. Shannon leads Conway to the back of the room, where a few TV sets in various states of disassembly are set up on a rough wooden table. She flips the switch on the power strip they're all plugged into, and the TV sets tremble to life. Conway watches the TV sets. A ghostly white wobble flickers along one screen in a rhythmic pattern. Another is just snow. A third, a small security monitor in the middle of the table, is oscillating between different shades of black. I'll ask Shannon about Weaver. Conway asks Shannon where she saw Weaver. Shannon points to a small security monitor on the table. The image on the screen is just black, but it seems to be fading slowly, almost imperceptibly between different shades of black. Shannon tweaks a few knobs on the side of the monitor, but the picture doesn't change. Conway stares directly at the security monitor. The screen is cavernous black. It hums and swells at the pace of the tide. Conway loses track of the workshop's walls. They could be inches away, or miles. He is adrift on black water, traveling swiftly towards a rocky shore. There should be a lighthouse or a buoy by these rocks. It's too dangerous. Shannon switches off the power strip. Weaver is not here. Interesting. This was her summoning ritual for her dead. I keep saying friend, I think they're related. Where else did she want to go? She said either the shop or. I mean, I saw her at her farm. Yeah, we'll just try the Marquez farm again. Oh, I'd say I made the right call. I never did give Homer the jerky from that gas station, and I'm worried I'll never get that opportunity to. I think my next stop is I'll drive back to the gas station and see if I can give it to him there. He's a good boy, he deserves the jerky.
We have to go back!
Oh right, I injured my leg. There's nobody buried here, you know. It's just decorative, I guess. Or it's art or something, I don't know. A decorative graveyard? Weaver's folks were like that. Not morbid, I mean, but strange. Careless with tragic ideas. Oh, and look at that headstone. Marquez. I used to think that was from my parents. Now I don't know. It's kind of messed up. She hesitated. And she's not helping me walk anymore. Rude. So, this is where she was? Yeah, makes sense. This was where Weaver and her parents lived. They took out a bunch of loans, you know, and had this place built. Do you have any debts? I owe some people some apologies. Well, you're lucky that's all you owe. My parents were like that, until the company store found a way to get to them. For my dad, it was tokens to run the fans and air purifiers, and for my mom, it was canaries. Two solutions to the same problem, but they sure sounded different. I wasn't expecting this game to be about some, like, next level capitalism. Weaver had debt, too. A lot of it. All tuition. She said she was a mathematician or something? Yeah, she studied some esoteric stuff about something about using math to translate between Spanish and English. I think eventually Weaver put those math skills to work on all the red numbers in the family checkbook and got a clear sense of just how hopeless their situation was. So she left. I guess she just drove away in the middle of the night. They woke up in the morning and the car was gone. Never came back. Until tonight. Someone else told me to come here and talk to her. Huh. Okay. I guess we two aren't the only ones she's been talking to. Oh, that's not something you see every day. That old TV right there. Well, that is a damned antique for you. I had a model just like that in the shop once, but I had to sell it off to make rent. Most painful decision I ever made. Say, you mind if I open it up? Looks like the dials are all corroded and the screen is leaking light a bit. Come on. I bet Lizette would never forgive you for letting a specimen like that fall into disrepair. I mean, it's why I brought you here, so yeah, open it up. Fix the TV. No, not again. Oh yeah, with these tubes all messed up. Look like they've been in a swamp or a cave or something. There's moss growing on this one. That's okay. I have a few spares in my bag here. Here, I pulled this one out of an old computer monitor. This needs to be recalibrated a bit. Okay, that should be seeing something now. Are you seeing anything? A little bit to the left? Damn, okay. Here, I think the contacts are dirty. Now don't go telling my customers I clean off old vacuum cubes with spit. There, just gotta turn it north, south, and... Where'd the barn go? We found the zero. That's neat. Oh. Interesting. Well, I suppose that completes Act 1. Let's jump straight to Act 2. Limits and demonstrations. Alula Chamberlain retrospective. Marking the first major public showcase of her work in over 20 years, this retrospective Marking the first major public showcase of her work in over 20 years, this retrospective exhibition of work by pioneering installation artist Lula Chamberlain comprises a diagonal slice through time, place, and form. The pieces on display here were individually debuted over a period of 35 years, designed in Chamberlain's various homes and studios between her beloved Mexico City and her native Elizabethtown. They represent a range of scale and impact from the intimate warmth of Vertex Texture Fetch to the infamous Visage, the latter of which requires a vertical clearance of over 30 feet. Yet these works share a confounding legacy. In each of their debut exhibitions, they were nearly impossible to install. Galleries and museums balked at the scale, power requirements, and highly skilled labor involved in the maintaining these works for display. Some of their debuts collapsed under the weight of logistics, only to be successfully executed much later. And so, just as they described the outer limits of Chamberlain's range as an installation artist, the geographical edges and vertices of their itinerant home life, and the beginning and end of her distinguished career, The works on display here also trace the extremes of our capabilities and the frontiers of our patience as both viewers and exhibitors. Are we capable of viewing these works as they were meant to be viewed? Do we even want to be? I don't think I'm smart enough for this game.
Whoops, there it goes. Yep, my brain stopped.
Yo, sir. That right there is a horse. And Benjamin Franklin. And a Tesseract. Basement puzzle number 2. Artist Sunset and Horse, 1976. Plaster and wire. What do you think she means by puzzle? Yeah, weird. I guess it's something you can solve? They must be symbols. Artist Sunset, Horse. Or it's an anagram. Or, like a code? Or it's just a misdirection. Maybe it's a puzzle. But there's no right answer. That is kinda sad. Wait a minute, are these my D&D guys? These are the D&D guys. Overdubbed Namjoon Paik. I don't know if that's how I'm supposed to pronounce that. Installation in the style of Edward Packard, 1965, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Oh, I read about this one. It's interactive. How's it work? It's a bunch of old tape, and you run this tape playback head along it, and just listen to the recordings, I guess. Let's try it out. I think you start in the middle. As Bob drags the playback head along the tape, a woman's voice issues unsteadily from the speakers. We start in the middle. Donald and Joseph are in the hallway. I am in an office. The walls are lined with filing cabinets. A few drawers hang open. The door is ajar. A massive computer looms in the corner. There are some punched cards on the floor. A synthetic voice recording spliced awkwardly into the tape lists out options in monotone. To examine cards, rotate 30 degrees and advance 7 inches. To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 15 inches. Examine cards. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. Encoded into holes punched through these cards is a first draft of the poetic subsystem. I can't read punched cards by sight. Donald can, I think. Anyway, this version is pretty underwhelming. To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 15 inches. Activate computer. So loud. I love it. I am now holding 2 punched cards. On one of them, Joseph has scribbled a note. Caves. The other is blank. To insert caves card, rotate 11 degrees and advance 2 inches. To insert blank card, rotate 95 degrees and advance 14 inches. Caves card. We're on a dirt trail in the park. Or, well, it's not really a trail. It's a trail! It's more like a tendency. There tend to be fewer plants here on the path we've been talking. Now, we're walking at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to mossy rock as the ground sinks into darkness. Joseph and Donald are following a rope down into the cave. They have a computer equipment tied to their backs. So do I. To enter the cave, rotate 65 degrees left and advance 4 inches. Enter the cave. That's the last trip. So everything's down here now. The final resting place! Don't be so... Oh wait, this isn't Luma. Don't be so morbid. To remember a fond gesture, rotate 180 degrees and advance 23 inches. To regret a harsh word, rotate 12 degrees and advance 6 inches. No regrets. It's morning now. I'm in the car. I'm driving to work. This is the last recording I'll make on this tape. and then I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow. And then, who knows? I've been recording onto this tape for 15 years, I think. A lot of other things happened, so here is a story. When I met Donald and Joseph, they were both students and I was in a band performing on campus. They came to my show, and then we met at some bar and had a few drinks together. Joseph wanted to impress me, so he stole a metal cocktail tumbler and gave it to me. Very impressive, Joseph. We got kicked out, wandered drunkenly until morning, and finally ended up at a diner. And now I use the tumbler to store extra pins in my desk. So, I'm almost out of tape. I guess I'll just let it run out while I drive. No instructions? No, that's the end of this tape strip. I don't think we ever reached this long one at the top here. Is it cheating to skip over there? I won't tell a soul. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. Think of our work, our research. You'll die in these damn cold caves. And what about those men? You know they'll come back. We'll go deeper. That's all. They'll never find us. Did you hear their voices? They're not. They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop. Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damned cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too. But I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon, and I'm heading down to the... Zero. You'll be lost forever. But we need your voice for the machine. Lula, it only recognizes your voice. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Oh. Moving on.
Onward!
Visage, 1984, Unknown Media. Pretentious. I find this profoundly moving. What do you think, Bob? Slice a visage to build a visage. A puzzle to its owner. What? It's a poem I read. I think it was written by a computer. I think it's lovely. I want to walk into it. Vertex Texture Fetch. Tree, television, and suspended... Tree, television, and suspended cathode ray tube. 1968. Found materials. The picture on the TV. What is that? It's a lighthouse? No, it's a weather vane. Or a windmill or something. Is it a lighthouse? What a bizarre exhibit. Wait, there's more? How big is this room? Spinning coin suspended, correcting for angular motion, 1976. Found materials. What a lonely image. The image on the screen, or the whole thing? On the screen, that coin. I've been looking at the coin too, but I really can't tell what kind of coin it is. My uncle used to collect coins. Did I tell you that? He was crazy for them, really obsessed. This coin actually doesn't look real. I think it's plastic. I keep thinking my Ben voice is disrespectful, but I think it suits him. I feel really drawn to it, but it just makes me nervous. Yeah, I guess I'm ready to go. Yeah, I need to get to work anyway. Wait, that wasn't Act 2? It was like an in-between. ATTN, Lula Chamberlain, read your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture's annual fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably, we can award only one fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions, as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we have established in our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, Architect, Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. Dang. Below the printed text is a hastily handwritten note. Sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Your OBT, SVT, Robert. Get rid of that garbage. Opens a folder on her desk labeled Proposals. Lula sorts through documents, all printed on a fading letterhead, reading Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Proposal number 1, Site Hospital. Proposed use, auto dealership. What is going on up here? Is somebody hanging from the ceiling? Distillery. Proposed use, graveyard. Proposal 3, Site Basketball Court. Proposed use, kennel. We can turn a hospital into an auto dealership, a distillery into a graveyard, or a basketball court into a kennel. Let's do the kennel. Basketball court abandoned due to hazardous increase in stray dog population. Already full of dogs. Endorsed. Oh, I'm just doing all of her paperwork. Oh. Boring life for an artist. I've been there. Hospital closed due to repeated sanitation violations. Auto dealership sanitation requirements comparatively lax. Small operating rooms could be repurposed into offices. Large cubicle-style administrative offices could be repurposed into showrooms. Do we need another auto dealership? I don't think so. Oh, he's just in the background. Busy? How are you, Rick? I shouldn't complain. So, did you get my note? About the office party. I'm going to Stag. Oh, yeah, I didn't mean... Hey, probably not going anyway. Lots to do, you know? A lot of new drafts, so... So, how did your application go? I was in the mailroom and I saw you got a letter back. Sorry, I don't mean to pry, I just... was all. It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? Oh, poor Lula. We gotta get you to Route Zero, lady. Okay, so we're back with Shannon and Homer. Homer always takes priority. Get a good rest in the truck. Sorry about all this walking, bud. Sure it's hard on your creaky paws, too. I didn't get to go back to the gas station. Didn't we just pass this place? I don't think the A0 operates like the roads we're used to. I don't understand it either. So, what is this place? Looks like an office building. Yeah, an office building and a cathedral. Does it look like a cathedral? This is weird, but do you think we're inside or outside right now? We're clearly outside, right? Both? Ha! Okay, very poetic. Well, maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. Okay. Check out this barrier. End of the line? Seems that way. Not for us, I hope. Well, I suppose in the next episode we will actually begin exploring the Zero. Join me next week, guys. Let's see what's at the end of this road.